everyone, it's Jordan again, and for today I just want to tell you a little bit about what this past week was for our family. So, we just got back yesterday from a routine trip to St. Louis, Missouri. Now, some of you, I think most of you, know that St. Louis is where I had my transplant 19 years ago. And every couple of years, they ask us to go back and do a number of medical tests at the hospital just to make sure that that the transplant is still working and that everything is still doing what it's supposed to, for lack of a better way to say it. And so that's what we just did this past week. We're still waiting on most of the results. The few that we have seem to overall be good, but like I say, there's still a lot that we don't know quite yet. But we got home yesterday, and we are very, very happy to be home. And if you can see, my cat is very happy that we are home as well. He missed us. And during that time, I worked on the exercise, quote unquote, that we had talked about in our last vlog, which is, even in the midst of those hard times, what are the glimpses of goodness, I think was what Jenny Bender had called them from the radio station that I read you last week. So, even though it was a difficult couple of days, I still made out a list of all of the incredible God gifts along the way. And I want to let you know some of them. So, first of all, he worked out the travel. We did not know how we were going to get there for the longest time or get back, and he, in his perfect timing, right before we had to leave, like a day or two before, he got us Angel Flight pilots and Angel Flight planes to go there and back, and worked it out that just the right planes were taking us at just the right times, because had it been the other way around, the weather would have caused us to have some trouble with the travel arrangements. So he worked out the planes and the travel. He made things as safe as they could possibly be while we were at the hospital. So the day in the hospital was Monday, and that was basically just 6 straight hours of going from one medical test to the next, which was difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's never easy. It always has its challenges. It's always a difficult day. And it started at 7 in the morning, so there, you know that. Anyone who knows me knows that, like, mornings and I do not get along. So, anyway, but he helped everything at the hospital. He helped us be as safe as we could possibly be. We were all just so surprised by how, even though we were in a hospital, everyone there was just very, very nice, and they stayed at their distance, and they completely understood. And even the times that we had to get in an elevator and we thought it's going to be so crowded, he cleared the way. There was no one in the elevators when we needed to use them. Just little things like that. It sounds small, right? But it was really a big God gift for us. We got to see 3 of our dearest friends who live there, who have helped take care of me forever, and I owe them so much. I'm so grateful to them. We got to see them and hang out with them, which was just amazing. There was a moment in the hospital where there's a garden on one of the floors, and there was just a moment in between tests. We had like an hour, and we just got to go up there and just sit there and just enjoy being outside and just kind of take a deep breath for the first time that day. That was a gift. The night before all the tests, God just gave us a beautiful sunset that we could just barely see out of our hotel window. Just little things like that. Big things, little things, everything like that. God just completely cleared the way and made everything so that we could see his goodness the entire time. And this is kind of, I tell you all of this, first of all, so that you'll know, what's going on, because I want to keep you all updated, but also just so that you guys will know that it's true, that I've tried this during a week that I knew was going to be very, very difficult, and it was difficult. But just wanted you to see that it does really happen. Those God gifts, those are real, and those can happen even during the craziest moments or the most difficult moments. That those still happen, and if you look for them, you will see them. And I'm starting to see them more and more. As I started this list, I had like 2 or 3 things, and then I just kept writing, and I just kept writing, and now I have a number of things here, even more than what I just read off to you. And it's incredible to me, but one of the most astounding God gifts is that we even got to stumble upon this place that we didn't even know existed. We've gone there for 19 years and we didn't even know that this place existed. And God allowed us to actually see the night that we were done with all the hospital trips. He got us to see an outdoor musical, which was amazing. And you're probably wondering how we were able to do that safely. But honestly, guys, it was such a God gift. That's all that I can say. We wore our masks until we got to our seats, and it was outdoors, and God had set it up so that there was no one around us. The guy who gave us our tickets, he said, "We think this is going to be the best spot for you." There was no one around us, and we really just got to sit and enjoy a musical about the story of Joseph. And that Bible story has just always been such a huge, incredible, powerful story. And maybe even one day I'll do a vlog on that. But he just really allowed us to kind of just relax and have a fun night after a difficult day and just take our minds off of waiting for results and just off of everything. And that was the most incredible. And the final one that I want to share with you guys was something that my doctor said. So we had a couple of minutes where we got to actually see the doctor, and he looked at us and he answered a couple of questions, and then he turned to me, and one of the things that he said was around the neighborhood of, "You have beaten the odds." And I know that that's not me, right? We all know that that is absolutely God and not me. So I want to rephrase what he said. God beat the odds. God beat the odds through me. And he continues to beat the odds through me every day. So I also just wanted to share that with you, because that was a powerful moment for me. Hearing that from him was a powerful moment for me, and I wanted you guys to hear that. So that's just the story of my past week. It had some difficult parts to it, but overall, God was so good. Every step of the way, he showed his glimpses of goodness. He showed his faithfulness in little ways like a sunset or a fun little musical trip, and in big ways like just getting through the hospital trip, keeping me from getting sick with COVID while I was there, helping me to do the tests that I was afraid I wouldn't be able to do because it had been so long. Just really being there with me and keeping me from panicking too much or having too much problems with anything. You know, I could go on and on. The God gifts were amazing. They abounded in so many ways. So I hope that that encourages you today, that, you know, I did it during this week, and I was amazed by all of the God gifts that I found along the way, even during the difficult times. And I hope that you do the same. I hope that you find your God gifts along the way, your glimpses of goodness that show you that God is still there and God still loves you. God is good all the time, and thank you guys all for your support and your prayers and your love. It's meant the world to me, and it's helped get me through this past week. It is one of the biggest glimpses of goodness God gives me. Goodbye.